Hi, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I'm excited to tell you guys that I'm here with Egypt Sherrod and her husband, Mike Jackson. They're stars of the all-new HGTV series, Married to Real Estate. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we appreciate this.
So, I'm really excited because Egypt, I actually know you from the radio life. That's how I remember you.
And what's crazy is how life changes and moves so fast, because I haven't been on the radio now in almost 9 years.
And it's just like, I remember listening to you every day. So it's really cool.
You in New York City?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so you remember Power 105 and WBLS many moons ago. Okay,
yes,
thank you.
yes, I do. And I remember the good work that you did. And what's very interesting to me is that I saw a blurb that you had, provided, where you said, you just wanted to transition in something that didn't necessarily give into any kind of negative gossip or feedback or that kind of thing. And that's what made you go into real estate. Is that correct, or?
Not quite.
Okay. Well, yeah. What was the story?
No. So here's the deal. While I was on the radio, I was also a real estate agent and then later a broker. I got licensed in real estate when I was 24. Wow. That's a long time ago. Actually, not that long ago. But yeah, I became a real estate agent back then. So I was working dual careers, as many people do now.
Yeah,
you're finding that folks are working a job or a career, but while they're building their business, and I was just like anyone else doing that, building my real estate business. So what made me leave radio in its entirety was a few things. Number one, I didn't want to be an employee anymore.
Oh.
I built my business to the point where I could replace my regular stream of income. I just had to bet on self, and sometimes, we're afraid to get rid of that safety net. And I was like, it's time, that one. The other thing is, I think women in that realm of media and radio during the time that I had been in, we were put in a box where either we had to be the breasts that laughed, and what I mean by that, is we would be a part of an ensemble cast and the women were just the gigglers, and we were supposed to look good. And that didn't interest me. Or we were sucked into giving the 411, the gossip, the entertainment report. And, I did that for some years, and it was not holistic to my spirit. It wasn't who I am at my core. And I knew when I lost my love for the business that it was time to go to grow.
I love that you say that, because I've been talking about that. Like with our platform on Blackfilm, we don't do gossip. We don't ask people gotcha questions. We do not aim to be nasty. There's a lot of times where I may even be in an interview with someone and they get comfortable enough where they just say something that I'm just like, I don't think that, we're not doing that, so I'll edit things out to just protect people, and it's not often because we just don't go there. But I just say all that to say that I love that you're saying that in this moment, because it's a lot of that's been happening now, where people are kind of feuding and they're just kind of stoking fires. And it's just good to see you all on TV just really promoting positive family values. I really love that about the show.
Yeah. And there's real life drama that happens, that doesn't have to be created. There are tough questions that people like yourself, interviewers, can ask us that aren't salacious.
Right.
We would shy away from that. We're not real folks over here. We're shy away from that. But what I'm saying is to live in a world where all of us have so much up against us already. I mean, between the pandemic and, just the political turmoil, and people are just trying to survive right now. And they're looking for inspiration and motivation wherever they can find it. So I think it's actually a disservice, not just to the person you're interviewing, but to everybody watching, when you focus in on something like that. But thank you for saying so.
Thank you for saying that. And so, Mike, I understand that you also have a second life as a DJ.
So interestingly enough, yes, travel the world DJing, doing several years of it. And that's part of how we met. She met me while she was on radio. I was DJing, but at the same time, not realizing that I was a contractor builder with my own company. And we met with her with her foot in the roof. I came and saved the day. I had literally just finished DJing that night and then went into the construction trade and found her on the roof. And here we are 17 years later.
17 years later. And I mean, the way that you all authentically interact on the show, the jokes, the back and forth, and it's just the way y'all dote on each other. I mean, you just don't see that often. And again, I just have to say, it's just good to see that. And I want to talk about some people that are part of the cast and crew, the family.
Sure.
So let's talk about Kendall and I'm sorry, Harper.
Yeah. So Kendall is our now 10-year-old.
10.
She turned 10 this past week. I can't believe that. Harper is our 2-year-old.
Boss baby, official.
Is she sleeping in her bed?
Well, see, we kind of answered that last night too. She is teetering on the fence. If she falls asleep and we put her in the bed, she will stay there all night.
No.
But we're trying to get her to be able to say goodnight. She's going to go walk into her own bed and fall asleep.
To sort of understand.
That one. Okay. That's the one we're having an issue with. But there'll be times where she'll wake up in the middle of the night and realize she's in her own bed and say, oh my God, no, they didn't. I'm going right back in there with them.
And what about Uncle Mark?
Uncle Mark is my mother's brother. He was growing up, he was my cool, smooth uncle. You know, he always had the Luther Vandross on, you know, and had the chapstick on his lips. And we're so close now. He and Mike are partners.
Yeah, he's a partner in our company, Jackson Draper Renovation. He handles all the numbers. He's the project manager. And he's just an amazing guy. He's the guy you can call anytime. He's always going to come through.
Oh, that's amazing. And cousin David.
Yeah, so David is my little baby cousin, which I can't really call him. He's 30. I'm not supposed to be calling him my baby cousin. But David is a licensed realtor. But everybody, as you can see, kind of in our family, does both. Mike is also a realtor.
I was going to say that's actually a good tidbit. All four of the people you see on the show, we're all licensed realtors.
Yeah, I make everybody in my family go to real estate school. If y'all want to work in business with us, you got to also go to real estate school. You have to get your license. You have to keep it up. But it doesn't mean they don't have a love for other things. So Uncle Mark and Mike's love is in construction and renovation. David is still trying to figure out if his love is in real estate or in construction. So you'll probably see him in both worlds on our show. You know, who you haven't seen yet is our eldest daughter. We have 3 daughters.
Yes.
3 big. Oh my God, you're a girl dad.
I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. When I tell you, in awe of it all. Yeah, Simone, she's 20 years old. She's off at college right now, and it's killing me, you know, because she's studying abroad.
She's in Paris.
Wow, okay, nice.
Yeah.
But you'll see her on one of the episodes. Actually, I think it's 2 that I think carries over, but you'll see her.
In a few of them, actually. Yeah. So she came home from college and folks got to meet her. This season, you'll see her and all, but we always make a point to mention that because she's not in every episode, but we want folks to know it's the Jackson 5 over here.
The Jackson 5, I love it. And so how do the kids feel about kind of, I mean, it's not like they're acting, but it's like a level of fame, you know, they're being themselves, but how do they feel about that exposure or getting recognized?
You know, it's still new. We're only 2 episodes in. The only one who would probably be really conscious of it and hear immediate feedback is our 10-year-old Kendall, who's in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
Some of the parents of her friends have watched the show. As a matter of fact, we had a big birthday party for her last week, and you know, parents showed up and they watch and they love it. But what they see when they're with us is the same person they saw before the show aired. You know, we're still Kendall's mommy and daddy, and y'all come over here and grab a piece of pizza and help me celebrate the birthday party.
But there hasn't been any change in demeanor, attitude, or anything like that. To them, they've been around it for some time. At least Simone and Kendall, you know, with the DJing aspect, with the radio aspect, with the TV, it's there. And we've always had these businesses, right? And it's just now that you get to see it on camera. So it's nothing unfamiliar to them. I actually think they could really care less. They're like, okay, another camera's here, so what?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I guess it's kind of normal, like, all right.
They love it though. With it.
So I wanted to get into, because even you have also a clip that you did that was just really, really informative about like the process of home buying and what to look for. And there's just things that you talk about that like no one necessarily educates you with. Like, I mean, that was, you know, really free game, you know? So I just want to talk about like, you know, what it takes. If you just in brief want to tell people like, you know, what, if I want to buy a house, I'm a first time home buyer, I mean, one of the first things you said, I mean, you just can't walk up in there with bad credit, you know?
Yeah. So if you're just starting out, as many are, the first thing you have to do is prepare. You know, you want to be successful at anything in life, you got to research and you have to prepare. You don't want to just jump in because you're going to do things wrong. You have to go back to start. So the first step is sitting down with a loan officer, with a mortgage professional. They're going to go through your whole profile, financial, your credit, everything, and they'll tell you what you need to do to qualify for X, Y, or Z, or they'll say, as you are right now, you're in great shape, and this is what we will pre-approve you for. And once you get your hard pre-approval, that is when you bring it to your real estate professional and they can start the process for you. But again, real estate professionals are not created equal. It's important to know there's more than 300,000 real estate agents, and only about 6% of them are full-time, meaning that this is not a part-time hobby or career for them. So you want to make sure, the same way if you were going to have brain surgery, you want a you don't just want any surgeon, you want someone who specializes in it. You know, if you are going, you need to go get your nails done, you're going where? You're not going to, go to PetSmart. Instead, you're going to a specialist. And so with the most important purchase in your life, you want to make sure you're putting that in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, who take this as a full-time career, not a hobby.
And I like how you said that your realtor is your quarterback.
Yes, you're building a dream team. That should be the goal, right? In my book, Keep Calm, It's Just Real Estate, I talk about that. The simplest way to the finish line, the easiest way to keep calm in the middle of, what could be a turbulent situation for you, is to put somebody at the helm who's a rock star. And then they're going to help you build out your real estate dream team, which includes your inspector, it includes your contractors should you need them. If you want to start with the realtor as opposed to the loan officer, just knowing that you have to get pre-approved first anyway, then they'll direct you to lenders that can help based upon your situation. So you just look at buying a house as serious as you would look at finding a nanny for your child. You're not going to trust the most important person in your life to just anybody.
So I did watch both of the episodes, and I appreciate how you walk your clients through the process and how you tag team. The one thing that cracked me up, Mike, is, and this is the only negative thing he said he doesn't like working. Why don't you like working with the design team at the same time as the construction team?
So let's get some clarity there. It's not a team. I just don't want to be in the same premises building at the same time while my wife is there, because she adds to my list, and I know it always happens. If you go back to the episode, she says, before I even get there, they're lifting a table. She says, "Oh, I get Mike to fix that," and that's how it goes throughout the whole time. "Oh, I'll get him to fix that. Oh, I'll get him to fix that." And I'm like, Jesus Christ! If I was not here.
That man is cracking smiles the whole time.
I am guilty of that.
But I love too, Egypt. I mean, you're just hands-on as well. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be, but you're in there doing, the work as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think people who watch me evolve over the years on HGTV. I started with Property Virgins, where you got to see my real estate expertise. Then went to Flipping Virgins, which had 3 or 4 seasons, where you got to see my hands-on DIY, actually flipping the houses, what goes into it. Now you get to see my whole family in a full scope of our business.
Yeah.
It would have been wonderful to start out that way, so you understood this is how we do it all. But the network wanted these other shows, which did phenomenally well and paved the way for us to now come in as a family. So I'm grateful, but I've always been very hands-on. Mike says that we couldn't have been married to anybody else.
No.
Because I need somebody who can do my honey-do list.
With the amount of projects she has daily. Wait, matter of fact, forget the projects. For the amount of time she wants to renovate each property we live in, forget about it.
He's giving credit that, he couldn't be with a wife that's not handy either.
No.
So
I think it's super sexy, She'll be like, "Let me get that sledgehammer. I got you." Over here drinking my tea. Go ahead, baby.
Y'all hilarious. But I think what separates this show from a lot of shows, and this is not to take anything away from other shows, because some shows really have more of an entertainment value. This has an educational piece to it as well. Like I really took a lot away from it. I mean, again, when I saw that you talk about just educating yourself about the process of buying a home, that was one thing. Just, you know, I learned something. But this show itself, just walking people through like what they can do, talking about things like equity, talking about what you may list something as. I mean, these people, they, as you said, I mean, they have a reason to trust you. It's not a slimy process. It's, you know, like this is the home you should choose for this reason, or, you know, what are you looking for? You're listening to them, and some people don't necessarily always listen. I like that about you guys' show. Yeah.
Just saying.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, our goal really was, number one, to stay true to who we are as a family and a couple. You know, now with social media, one doesn't have to be on television. You know, you can put your life on social media, have an audience, and get all the same benefits of a TV show. So you know, our thing was, if we're going to do another TV show, it has to be true to who we are and show the full scope of who we are. We are very blessed that HGTV held a lot of value in that as well. But you know, also this is a make or break. Because you're seeing really everything you saw was really happening. The camera just happened to be there. So it's like, if people don't like the way we do business, if they don't like, then they don't like us, and we're not going to do well. So we've done a lot of praying and a lot of saying thank you. You know, we are full of gratitude for the way the show's been received.
No, the renovations are phenomenal, and I'm not a fashion person. I'm not a renovations. These are things that they're just not my wheelhouse. You know, so I can only but try to learn, and I would have to hire people of your caliber. I can't do it. But now I know what to do, you know. So I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate talking to you. What you're doing here is just phenomenal. It's educational, like I said, and you're just offering a slice of life and something that we really need right now. As you spoke of before, you know, nobody's throwing glasses and stuff like that. It's just, you know, folks being a family, having a good time, you know, laughing and being inspirational.
Yeah. You know, I got a text this morning from a family that said, I went to sleep last night after watching your show in peace. I didn't see any gossip or anything, and it felt good to just laugh and then fall asleep. And that felt so good receiving that. I mean, it drives us to do even more things like that. It just felt.
But what I say is this: people have to show up, you know, because if you don't show up to watch our show, there will be no more show. You know, so to say we love your family and we love the positivity, we love that it's inspirational, we love that y'all are giving it to us, but you're not giving it to us in a dirty way where we need a shower. You know, you got to keep showing up, because the ratings count. They're watching right now to see, can Black television shows like this last? Can we be entertaining? And I believe that we can be entertaining without being broken.
Oh, I love that.
You know, but thus far, a lot of powers that be across networks believe that Black people, that we have to be gossip, that we have to fight each other, that we have to be catty, that we have to be backstabbing, that we have to have some kind of scandal in our past to be entertaining. I mean, people like to watch the train wreck. I admit, I like to watch some train wrecks. I don't want to be the train wreck.
Right.
We don't want our legacy to be that either. So what we want to do is show people that look like us and that don't look like us, just people in general, that you can build a solid business, you can have a loving, wonderful family, and you can have a marriage that lasts. Just that simple.
That simple. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love y'all's energy so much. Once again, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I am here with Egypt Sherrod and Mike Jackson. They are stars of the HGTV series Married to Real Estate. This is a very good watch. You're going to walk away with stuff that you could put down in your notepad. So I really, really encourage you to watch the show and to support it, because like Egypt said, if you don't show up, then they're not going to know that we watch. And not only that, if you show up to a show like this, it inspires shows that take us away from the negative cycle.
Exactly.
It normalizes.
Yes. I thank you all so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us.
Take care. If you want to see more content like this on blackfilm.com, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.